I wanted to talk about earlier this year when Kanye West made that statement.
Which one?
Depending on how you feel, that might help you move.
I purposely left that open because clearly
What did
Kanye West has been out here acting a fool.
What did he say? Well, let's quote him.
Okay, so what he said was, I'm just gonna say like the infamous quote.
Okay.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, for 400 years? 400 years?
Put that emphasis on it.
400 years?
For real?
That sounds like a choice. Is what Kanye said. And I just feel like in this climate of the world, when we are having these conversations openly, when we're publicly having conversations about the fact that it's not okay that America is where it is right now. It's not okay that we act like slavery is like some distant past memory that we should forget about when our ancestors literally, their blood is in the pavement that is built this country. So it's frustrating, and I feel like when we have celebrities that Kanye West was our dog, like that was our from the trenches came up, like, you know, developed himself.
Like that nigga get it.
We made him a star. So it's frustrating when we have our representation out there in the world making statements like this. So I just wanted to open up the floor, open up the space to discuss that.
So I kick it off. Thank you.
Yes.
I like that.
I like that.
I'll kick it off by saying I agree with him. I feel like what he said was taken out of context. I feel like people took his words and made different meanings of what they wanted him to mean with what he said. But if you think about it, not 4 minutes, 4 days, 4 months, 400 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time to keep doing the same thing repeatedly that you don't want to do, that you don't like to do. Even with being conditioned, at some point, when do you have a mental break of fuck this? I'm tired. I don't want to be a slave no more. And with that, it does come consequences. It does come with death, or, you know, lashes, lynchings, many things that we can't say, well, we can't say what we would have did because we wasn't there, and this, that, and the third. However, we can take this and put it in the present day and make an example of things that we currently deal with that's quite like slavery. And if you think about it, it is slavery.
Yes.
We had slaves like Harriet Tubman and Nat Turners, and we could just go on. I don't even want to have no history book. We just name one, because a lot of niggas don't even know beyond Harriet Tubman. So let's stay with Harriet Tubman.
Amen.
We know what she did. We know her stance.
We also know she had to shoot some motherfuckers.
Yeah.
About her business.
We know that. So with that being said, we know that she made the decision to choose to flee. She was a slave at some point. She, you know, maybe washed some drawers or cooked, whatever she did in her slave position. She was a slave and she did work. It wasn't like she was just rebelling the whole time. She was a slave too. But at some point, she chose to say, you know what? I'm tired of this. I don't know if y'all tired of this, but I'm tired. Some of y'all gonna stay, and I understand. But I'm out. Who out with me? You could choose to leave with me. You could choose to stay. You choose to stay, I'm gonna have to kill you because you gonna tell on us type. But we out. So I feel like what he's saying is, even up to now, we still choosing slavery. We still not just work. We choosing to be slaves to media, social media, clothes, materialism, idealism of other people. You know, we're slaves to a lot of things, and until we choose to say, hey, you know what? I don't care about none of that. I'm gonna free myself from your shackles of what you think I should be doing, or how you think I should be moving, or what cotton you think I should be picking, or what job you think I should be working. We gonna be a slave, and we choosing to remain that until we choose otherwise. And I feel like that's what he was saying. Even with him wearing the hat, I don't feel like he wearing the hat cause make America great again. I feel like he wearing the hat cause you're not gonna make me not wear the hat.
Okay. Why can't
I'm not your slave either.
Right.
Just like we don't want no master. You're not about to be my black master telling me I can't wear the hat because you don't want me to wear the hat. He really just wearing the hat on some, I'm free from all of y'all.
Right.
So let me
Them, y'all, I could do what Kanye want to do. That's where he at, that's the Kanye that we love. And now that he's expressing, putting actions to what he was saying, people don't know what that look like. A lot of people just know what talk sound like, but then when they start to see actions, they Mr. Krabs in the Matrix. You know, it's like, what the hell? They confused, exactly. But he the same Kanye. A lot of people just put him in a box and didn't expect this. They heard what he was saying, but they didn't expect him to really walk
in that.
Yeah, in his light and in his truth. And that's what I feel like. That's why I agree with him. Because that's how I move. Like when we was talking about the hair and stuff, like I didn't have no ugly face. Because you can't tell me I'm ugly because my hair not long as yours.
No ugly face.
The hell? I know, but I just locked up. Before I locked my hair was down to here. So just because now my hair is locked up, it's just shriveled a little bit. You can't tell me that I'm ugly because my hair not long as you think it should be. What's the ugly thing? And it's just it's a security thing. And that's not to say I'm the strongest person. I have other insecurities. But just some things, fuck you. The fuck? Let me fucking live. Let me fucking be. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm insecure enough in my own world. I don't need to take on your shit for me. You know what I'm saying? Let me be insecure with my insecurities. I don't need yours. Let me work on mine.
You do yours.
Thank you. Keep yours over there. You know what I'm saying? And my hair just happened not to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you have to put yourself. I feel you have to choose to put yourself in a different mind state, in a different place, in a different mentality. And I feel like he's done that, and I feel like I'm working towards that. And I feel like a lot of others of our skin folks are working towards that, understand that too.
You said a lot, and it was all very profound because I completely agree. With what you said as far as what Kanye said. It does sound like a choice, and when we say it does sound like a choice, we can't be upset at that. And the only reason people were really upset at that is because we live in such a politically correct world at this point. So now, if it don't sound good or it's not how you feel, it's not okay. It's not acceptable. I don't want it because it doesn't feel like what I want. It doesn't feel like how I think. It doesn't look like how I see it. You know, and that's why think about bullying. It's the same way. We got bullied. I'm sure I got bullied. I don't know how your growing up was, but even with that, it's only because that's what we chose to internalize now, or not to internalize. Now, all our children do is internalize that, and that's why we have so many kids committing suicide and things like that. So what Kanye said, it shouldn't. No, you know, if you don't believe that slavery was a choice, that's fine. However, like you said, when we work daily in jobs that we hate, doing things that we don't want to do, but it's things that we have to do, we're choosing that. You know, so what's different than saying, hey, fuck, and we know the consequences. Hey, if we don't go to work, my bills might not get paid. I might get put out of this place. I might lose my car. My phone might get cut off. I might be hungry. We know that, you know, those are all the consequences if we don't choose. But let's think about it. Let's really look at our lives. So many people go to college, right? We choose that. So we're choosing many things in that. Slavery to Sally Mae or whoever. Whew. Right? Because if you file your taxes, the money that you work for, and you owe them and ain't had a conversation with them, you ain't getting that money. Right? So we all choose different forms of slavery. Harriet chose not to have that physical bondage form of slavery. That don't mean she wasn't dealing with some type of slavery in her own mind, because we have to think about it. They say Harriet used to just really fall out and sleep, and she'd wake up with a plan. Right. So she was slave to her mission. Right. But she chose that.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hello?
You get what I'm saying? So what are you choosing? to be slave too. If you gotta be one,
She could have chosen against that.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this is something. I'm gonna go in a circle.
Okay, let's go.
Right now. Yes, I'm gonna go in a circle. But look, let me tell you, I feel like the way this world is set up is literally like, I feel like what Kanye said is what a black man would say. You know what I'm saying?
Explain that to me. Explain that to me. Explain it to Chris. Explain that to Chris.
Why would
Interesting opening.
Yeah, why would a black man? Why specifically would a black man say that?
If you take a black man and you take a black woman, right? We are the low, like we're seen as the lowest of the low. So we gotta think almost like we have in our minds almost like we're not shit. That's how we've been programmed to feel. But I feel like within us, because we're made of this world, because of who we are, because we are of this earth, because we made this earth. Like you said, we built this shit on our backs, right?
Hey, our blood is in the pavement.
We literally, right. Like we're literally fighting to prove our worth on a constant basis. So Kanye's saying like a black man, like, nigga, we chose to be slaves and shit. We don't even gotta do this shit.
Yeah,
that's what a black man would say,
Proving our
right?
worth to whom?
Right, but then a black woman is gonna come in and be like, this is where the black community I think is coming from. And this is like a black woman's gonna be like, but nigga, do you know what the fuck we had to endure? Hello? Like, how do we, like, that, like, if you've ever been in an abusive relationship, how hard is it to get out of there?
Tough.
It's tough. That shit is tough. If you've ever been depressed, that shit is tough. Imagine being the lowest of the low going through that shit.
But does that mean you don't do it?
That doesn't.
Does that mean you don't
Not only
do
that,
it?
imagine the many that didn't even make it to the field because they jumped ship or they bumped and got murked off before they even made it to the field because they was like, fuck this, I'm not going. I don't know where you taking me, but it's not where I was at, and I'm not going.
But think about it. So many people love Black Panther, and I love that you use that reference because so many people love that, and so many people love when Killmonger was like, put me, throw me in the oceans with my ancestors, whatever.
That knew that
but
death
y'all
was
love
done,
that so much, but hate the fact that Kanye said that slavery sounds like a choice.
Right.